guys, welcome to Beard's Eye Review. This is going to be my spoiler review for episode 4 of WandaVision. Before we begin, don't forget to like and comment down below, subscribe and ring the bell to be notified whenever I do videos. I do them every single week, so make sure you keep a lookout for those. I'm going to throw that spoiler warning up because you know it's going to be spoilers. I'm talking through the episode. Make sure you checked it out first. You know the deal. Spoilers. This episode just opened everything up. All the little teases and little tidbits we've had through the last 3 episodes was given a little bit more context here and given a little bit more backstory, a little bit more information, a little bit more sense, and it was a great episode. It really was. It was a very, very different episode because the last ones were based on a specific point in time in her TV show, and this one you don't get a new era in this. You just get explanation for everything that's happened and all these little bits. The beekeeper guy, the helicopter, the talking through the radio, why Monica Rambeau managed to get in there. All that is explained here, and it's just done brilliantly. So we get Monica Rambeau's backstory. She did get snapped away. She came back. She thought she was only there for 20 minutes. Obviously, she's been gone for quite a while. And her mum died. So obviously, Carol Danvers' best mate, she died of cancer. And obviously, it's been years since then. And she's trying to figure that shit out. And that's the reason that she pushes forward to become part of SWORD, which is built up by her mum. She's one of the founders. I imagine her and Nick Fury are one of the founders. And it all basically with her going back to work and everything and being given this assignment to go and check out what's going on in Westview. She meets Dr. Wu, not Dr. Wu, is it Dr. Wu? Anyway, Wu, the guy from Ant-Man and the Wasp, he's there as well, the FBI guy. They started getting into things, and then Darcy from the Thor franchise pops in. She's now a doctor, and it's all about them kind of figuring shit out. Obviously, Monica gets like sucked in to the thing, and obviously we know exactly what plays out there before she gets thrown out, and this is basically an explanation of all these little bits and bobs that we know of and making it all make sense and giving you a little bit more context as to what is going on, because in the early episodes we're seeing the things like, oh well, it's clearly something to do with Wanda, but it could be someone else that's doing this, someone else is doing that, and by the end of this episode it's becoming quite clear it's all Wanda, it's all her. No one is telling her to do stuff and telling her not to do stuff. She's doing everything. Another thing I loved about this episode is the frame rate as well with the TV. They've done it obviously in the last episode, but with this, even when they're in the kind of TV show thing that we're seeing play out, it's not going back to small screen because it's kind of this real world moment that's happening, what's actually happening when she gets her and uses her powers to throw Monica out, and we're seeing what happens there. All the while they're watching it on the TV outside in the real world, it just blips and they don't get to see the full details. So she is in full control of this. It's because before I was thinking, I think I said in the last episode, it could be like she's in control of most of it, but not all of it. But from what we see in this episode, she's in full 100% control. Any little thing that doesn't go the way she wants it to, bang, she changes it. And it's just showing that this character is... Wanda's going down a dark path. She's losing it. She really is losing it. She can't cope with everything that's happened, but getting snapped away, losing Vision, obviously losing her brother as well. Everything that's happened to her, especially Vision, she can't deal with it and she's losing it. Even her dialogue with Monica Rambeau when she casts her out, it's very villain kind of talking. It's very like she's just gone a little bit crazy, and I am loving the fact that potentially they could be building her up as a massive villain here. There are rumours for a while that she might potentially become a big villain in the next few phases, and this is how we get into her doing that. I'm not against that because I think that's a hell of a feat, because she's such a great character and she's had such a transition and such an emotional rollercoaster ride through the MCU, and then to transition her to go full on villain and be that bad guy that people have to take on, potentially Doctor Strange and others as well, is going to be incredible because she's really powerful. Like she's one of the powerfulest Avengers out there, and trying to stop her, especially when you don't have Stark or Cap, Thor's on a different world, Hulk's fucked up his arm, Hawkeye's retired, and Black Widow's dead as well. You don't have a lot of other people around. So the helicopter was a drone. That was awesome. The beekeeper guy was a guy in a suit. It was yellow, so again it looks very much like the AIM kind of characters. But then as soon as they go into the world, their outfit changes to fit with the times. I'm pretty sure that dude's dead as well, because he lost his connection rope and then he appeared and obviously said no and changed it. I think he's definitely dead. When she can hear people through the radio, it's Wu that's talking to her. It's Darcy that's set all that up to get that through, and again she changes things. I'm just loving how we're seeing two different sides of what's actually going on in Wanda's world, and then what they're seeing. It's just brilliantly written and played out. In the last episode, I came up with a theory that Vision is actually there. She's got his dead body there with him, which is one of the reasons why he can kind of sense that there's something wrong here and something's not quite right. He has some kind of feeling like he's having an out-of-body experience kind of thing. And that is no more evident than in the closing moments of this episode, where he comes back in and she sees Vision in his real world. He's all grey with his head busted open, white eyes and everything, and has that kind of moment. And it's kind of making me think, I think she does have his body. And this is, again, one of the reasons that he can kind of sense what's going on. She's even asking us, like, you sure you want to do this? We can be in any world we want. Is this where you want to stay? It's asking questions as if he's got a mind. And it's kind of like, what I'm saying is that he's got a load of other parts, not just the Mind Stone, as they've mentioned before. Maybe there's enough of him left in his body where she's got his body. And that's the thing that's given the contradictions to what she's doing in this kind of TV Wanda universe that she's built. And you know, we don't know for sure yet, but it's definitely leaning towards that kind of thing, and I am proper looking forward to that. It was a little bit creepy seeing Vision like dead with the hole in his head as well. It just kind of, it's going down that darker path and everything, the darker writing, the darker undertones of everything that's going on. Overall, guys, this was a kind of palate cleanser of an episode here. From what we had, little teasers and build-ups in the last 3 episodes, this gave us something different. This gave us more real-world stuff than anything else. It was on the other side of the coin, showing what was going on and giving you all those answers that you need, all the while pushing forward with what we're going to be seeing, showing this darker path that Wanda's going down. We didn't get a new era, but that really doesn't bother me, because you don't want to just do it constantly. I'm looking forward to I think it's 80s next. I'm looking forward to, we'll probably end up seeing that in the next episode. But this episode, like I said, it felt like a palate cleanser. It felt different, and it gave you some more answers. It gave you a little bit more context, and I love the fact that it gave you those answers, but it didn't give you everything. It gave you some bits, but also some other bits to be speculating, mainly kind of like maybe the Vision stuff and whatnot, and what's going on with him. Great episode. So that's what I thought of episode 4 of WandaVision. What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell. If you want to find me on social media, any of these, all links in the description, and I'll see you soon.